Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my January TBR. I cannot believe that we are in 2026. It is crazy. 2025 was honestly extremely slow, but also extremely fast. Um, Usually it's one or the other, but this past year really felt like both at the same time. But I'm excited to see what 2026 has in store. I'm also nervous, but is what it is. But today I decided to just do a regular I pick my TBR kind of video. I've been in a slight reading slump, but also just like have been so busy that when I go to bed at night, I've been so tired that I've only read like a chapter. So like I've barely gotten through a book. And as I'm filming this, it is January 5th and I have not finished or started a book. We are 5 days into 2026 and I'm already probably behind on my reading goal. So that's fun. But yeah, so I just thought if I pick the books, it's probably the best chance to not get into a reading slump and hopefully to get myself out of this kind of reading slump that I'm in. So it will just be me picking books. I'm gonna pick 5, I think, to put on the TBR because my goal this year is to try to read between 3 and 5 each month. Because that should hopefully get me to my actual reading goal of the year, which is 50 books. So we will see. I'm gonna try to pick a bit of a variety of books, but let's be real, we all know romance is my top genre, so a lot of them will probably be romance. Yeah, so that's what today's video is. I hope that you guys are excited to see what I want to read in January. And if you are new, make sure to subscribe. I try to post every week, but when I'm at school, it a lot of times is every other week because I get very busy with college, so bear with me with that. Yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first book that I have is The Lies We Steal by Monty J. So this is the first book in the Hollow Boys series, which I have heard really, really good things about, and I did get this for Christmas. So I, of course, have kind of been having it in the back of my mind, like, oh, I really want to read it. It is about, let's see, how many pages? There's a lot of white pages in the back that are just blank. It is 468 pages, so it's not too bad. But I really have been wanting to read the series. I even was at one point going to read it on my Kindle because it was on Kindle Unlimited. But then I just didn't and I read something else. So I'm excited. I have it now, so like I kind of have an excuse to read it. Because this year I am really trying to read a lot of my physical TBR. So if I already have the first book, I'll likely read the whole series. You know, do you see what I mean? Like I have a good little incentive to read the series. So this is the first book that I have. Also, I just wanted to say that another reason I wanted to put this on here was because I do really want to read some more dark romances this year, because the ones that I've read in the past have been very hit or miss. I either really liked them or I really didn't like them. So I kind of want to try to find some authors that I think I do like dark romance wise, because I do find dark romances to be fun and a good, you know, change of pace from just a contemporary romance. But again, they can be kind of hit or miss for me, so we'll see if Monty J can be one of my good dark romance authors. All right, my next book is Trick by Natalia Jaster. I still, if you watched my Christmas haul video, don't really know much about it because I want to go into this series kind of blind. I think it'd be fun. It's giving, based on the back, like romantic fantasy, kind of maybe even mystery aspect, not exactly sure. And I want to say it seems kind of dark romancy as well, but I'm not 100% sure. That might just be like the kind of fantasy vibe trickling in there. But because I don't know much about it, it's very intriguing to me, and so I do want to know more about it. So hence why I want to read it. So those are the 2 books that I picked from my Christmas haul that I want to read this month. I didn't want to just pick from there because like I do have other books that I still need to read that I already had. So I decided to pick 2 out of my 5 to be from my Christmas haul. So those were the 2 books that I picked. Next, I have Pretty Rings and Broken Things by Kate Singleton. So I read the first book, which was Black Ties and White Lies, I think, last year, and I really actually enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting to like hate it, but I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. And these characters, or at least the main girl character, was brought up in the first book, and I really liked her, and so sorry, I have hair stuck in my earring. I was really excited to get to her book. So her book is actually the next one, and I'm pretty sure it's like a marriage of convenience. Yeah, an arranged marriage. So always fun to see that. Very excited to get more into it. And honestly, I've heard really good things about this book specifically, so I'm very excited about it, and I've just wanted to finish the series because I've had it for a little while, and low-key it's been so long since I read the first one that I don't really remember much about this character and what her story is going to be about, so it is kind of fun to like go into it right after, but it's also kind of fun to be like, oh, I don't really remember, and so then you go in and you're like, oh yeah, and like kind of all comes back to you. So I'm excited about that. The next book that we have is Never Have I Ever by Stephanie Alves. This is the first book in the Campus Games series, and I've actually had this series for, I think, the first 2 or 3 for like 2 years. And then I got the last 2 or 3, I can't remember if I had the third one or not before, for Christmas last year. And I've still not read them. So I need to get on it. Like, someone needs to, yeah, I need to get on it. So this is one of the ones I'm putting on. It's like, I know it like looks kind of big, but the font's actually not that bad. So I feel like I could get through it pretty quickly. And low-key, it's giving After vibes, but like without the full-on like lying part. So I feel like I'm gonna like it because if you guys do not know, a long time ago, like 6 or 7 years ago when I got back into reading, because I kind of like had stopped in like middle school. Then when I got back into high school, I started reading again. After was kind of what had gotten me back into reading. So even though, no, I do not think After is like the best book series that's ever been written, it does have a special place in my heart. You can kind of see it. It's right there. I did love it. So I am kind of really intrigued by this. And I just love that every book in the series is, as it says, like a campus game, like something you would play in like high school or college or whatever. I have not personally played these games in college, but you know, to each their own. And you know, there may even be something that kind of relates to that idea in my own personal book that I'm writing. So I always think that's kind of fun. So yeah, this is the 4th book that I have on my TBR. I just thought it'd be a good little mix because even though it's not YA, I do feel like it'll probably be slightly less intense than the other ones, is my guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I thought it might be a good little like change up of pace. All right, and the last book on my TBR is something to really change up the pace, change up the genres, and in general, I've just been wanting to read it. And that is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. So I have read the 3 like housemaid books by Frida McFadden, and those are the only ones I've read. But my mom really likes Frida McFadden. My mom's a big, my goodness, the hiccups. My mom's a big thriller girl, so I have been wanting to get more into thrillers. So I've had this one for a little while, and I want to read it. I don't want to say I've heard bad things. I've heard that this isn't people's favorites of Frida McFadden, but since I'm not such a like picky thriller girl, I feel like it should be good still. But yeah, I wanted something to change up the mood a little bit. If I'm like, oh, okay, I've read like 3 romances, I need something to change it up, I have something to change it up. So yeah, as it says on the front, is he the man of your dreams or your worst nightmare? Well, probably both in a thriller book, let's be honest. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. The Housemaid and The Housemaid Secret and The Housemaid is Watching, they're over there, so I was reading the titles. Were all very entertaining. I think I read the 3 of them within like 2 days. I just was like, this is fun, like I want to know what's going on. So if anything, it should just be a fun time, even if it's not like, oh my god, 5 stars, this was the best book ever. I should still have a fun time with it. So okay, so that was my January TBR, which again, we have The Lies We Steal, Trick, Pretty Rings and Broken Things, Never Have I Ever, and The Boyfriend, which I feel like is a good stack. It has variety, but it also has similarities. Yeah, I think it's a good TBR to have for January, a little bit of kind of everything that I read. I remember last year, January and February were probably my 2 biggest reading months. That probably won't be the same this year. Maybe, but probably not. I'm going to have a busy semester ahead of me when I go back. But fingers crossed, maybe it'll work out. We'll see. But yeah, that was my TBR for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!